40 million people visit Central Park every year. Almost all of them see the same 5% of it. This is a guide to the other 95. Listen, there's one thing most people get wrong. Central Park is not the largest park in New York City. Pelham Bay Park in the Bronx is almost 3 times bigger. Central Park just has better PR. What it does have: 843 acres, 40 million visitors a year, a castle, a zoo, a medieval Egyptian obelisk, and enough secrets to fill a video. Let's get into it. Before you go in, 2 things will save you every single time. First, the park runs from 59th Street at the bottom to 110th Street at the top. The numbered streets of Manhattan continue right through it, so you always know roughly where you are. Second, and this is the one nobody tells you, every lamppost in the park has a 4-digit code at its base. First 2 numbers, nearest cross street. Last 2, odd means you're on the west side, even means east. 1,600 lampposts, 0 reason to ever be lost. This is how to see the park, mapped south to north. Start at the Central Park Zoo, 64th Street, southeast corner. Small, but genuinely great. Entry is around $20 and takes about an hour. Perfect first stop before the park pulls you in. Just inside the 59th Street entrance, the pond is the park's quietest entry point. Olmsted designed it so the city noise fades as you walk in. Ducks, herons, and the occasional turtle. It's free, it's calm. Bethesda Fountain is the heart of the park. You've seen it in more films than you can count. But go underneath the terrace, not just across it. There's a vaulted arcade below with a ceiling covered in hand-laid Minton tiles from England. If a musician is performing down there when you arrive, stop. The acoustics do something to sound you won't hear anywhere else in this city. The Ramble is 36 acres of woodland designed specifically to disorient you. Paths fork without warning. Views disappear. You can feel genuinely lost 200 feet from Midtown. Over 300 bird species have been recorded here. Belvedere Castle is free, gives you the best elevated view in the park, and, here's the detail worth knowing, has been the official New York City weather station since 1919. Every temperature record in the city's history was measured here. Just west of the castle, the Shakespeare Garden is 4 acres, planted exclusively with species mentioned in Shakespeare's plays, each one labeled with the line. Find the curved stone bench at the top. More on that in a moment. Next, the Conservatory Garden. The gates here were originally the entrance to the Vanderbilt Mansion on 58th Street, donated when it was demolished in 1940. Inside, 6 acres and 3 formal garden styles. Above 100th Street, the park changes completely. Crowds thin out, the skyline disappears behind the trees, and the paths get wilder. The Lock is one of Manhattan's last surviving natural waterways, dammed to create cascading waterfalls through dense woodland. Now, here are some secrets many visitors walk straight past. That curved bench in the Shakespeare Garden? It's a whispering bench. Sit at one end, whisper, and someone at the other end, 20 feet away, hears you perfectly. The Bethesda Arcade Underground is the most under-visited space in the park. Those Minton tiles on the ceiling are the only place in the world where they appear on a ceiling rather than a floor. The Ramble sits directly on the Atlantic Flyway, the migration corridor between Canada and the Caribbean. Every spring, birds exhausted from crossing open water land here in thousands. 30 warbler species in a single morning in May is not unusual. And in 2013, maintenance workers in the North End found a loaded cannon buried in the ground. Cannonball in the barrel, gunpowder still present. Nobody knows how long it had been there, while 40 million people walked past it every year. Central Park has been keeping secrets for a very long time. Now you know where most of them are. Go find it and explore. And if you have questions before your trip, drop them in the comments below.